This is the battlefield. This is the uncontrolled chaos of professional football. This is the brutal violence that can give an athlete everything and can cost almost everything. This is the game that for 23 years defined Randy Grimes, and the game that almost killed him. Randy Grimes was a college All-American and a 10-year veteran of the NFL. Through documented concussions, 6 knee surgeries, joint replacement, shoulder and tricep surgeries, and countless broken and fractured bones, the warrior in Randy trudged forward, suffering in silence.
You know, I was desperate to stay out on that field and not let injuries put me in the training room or sideline me and give somebody else an opportunity to get my position.
The excitement never stopped, and neither did the pain. The collisions on the football field can have a devastating effect on the body. Players can easily justify taking a handful of pain pills to stay in the game, to stay on the practice field, to stay out of the doctor's office, to keep from being replaced. Call it survival. Call it warrior mentality. Call it desperation. Call it anything but what it really is: addiction.
The injuries were getting worse and the addiction was getting worse. And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop taking the pain medication on my own.
Randy took that suffer in silence mentality and those injuries with him when he left the game. And over the next 20+ years, continued to justify taking the handfuls of pills daily.
When I left the game, when I took that addiction into my retired life, when I didn't have the enablers around me or the ways to justify it, then that's when it really spiraled out of control.
I began to see, his personality changing, the way he dealt with things. Of course, money was missing. He lost his job. We lost our home. Everything started just spiraling out of control.
I can't tell you how many things I had to lose, how many relationships, how many homes, how many jobs, and I still couldn't stop. As bad as my life was getting, I knew why. I just couldn't stop doing it.
On September 22nd, 2009, Randy flew from Houston to Fort Lauderdale and was driven an hour north to a West Palm Beach facility, where he fell out of the car and crawled on all fours the remaining 40 feet through the door, in full-blown withdrawal and sicker than humanly possible. Randy was broken and ready to surrender, desperate to get his life back.
People often ask me to describe the process that I went through that day. And the only way that I can do it is to say that over that 20+ years of addiction, God had plenty of opportunities to open the gates of heaven and let me in. What he chose to do was open the gates of hell and let me out.
And that's why Randy does what he does now, to help open the gate for someone else, giving back this gift of hope that was given to him.
If being a former professional athlete gets me in the door somewhere and helps somebody, helps saves a life or helps plant a seed in somebody, then that's what it was all about.
Helping others that are desperate, helping those that are broken, planting the seeds of recovery in the shattered guys that he played with and the guys that he played against, or anyone looking for a way out of that deep, dark pit of despair called addiction. Pain in life is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Randy chose not to suffer anymore. He made it. Many don't.
My greatest accomplishment was crawling in the door that night. It was the hardest thing that I ever did, and it was the most rewarding. This is such a great opportunity for us to continue to collaborate and work together and help these guys get their lives back, just like they helped me get my life back. This process works, guys. And like I said, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So thank you for having me, and thank you.